Hello and welcome to Two Girls, One Pod. I'm Crystal,
And I'm Melissa.
and we are here for our Big Brother Canada Charleston Chew episode.
Whoop, whoop, bonus content.
Yay!
We have a lot of episodes to cover. So the last time we did this, we ended at episode 4.
Four,
So,
yeah. So we're like 5, 6, and 7 this time.
Yeah. So eviction, HOH, and veto.
Yeah.
And predictions for tomorrow, which we'll get
See
into
what
now.
happens.
So do you even remember a lot from eviction night? So I've got some notes like for the order. My first note that I made was the sunsetters, and that I love how they made it look like, so the intro, they're like, oh, last weekend and the sunsetters they did this really cool plan. And I'm like, they're a terrible alliance.
It's an awful alliance.
It's so bad. And I'm like, I love that they made it look like this big, amazing group. But I also made a note that I still don't feel like they would last long.
Yeah, right.
So, let's put it out there again. Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Anybody listening, because we should put this at the beginning of every episode. If you haven't seen these episodes and you don't want spoilers, turn this off right now. Go watch them. Come back. We'll wait. We have no other choice. You press play.
Right.
But otherwise, if you keep listening, you're going to be spoiled. So you're warned.
Yep.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah, so I guess like eviction night. I mean, we made our predictions beforehand anyway.
Mm-hmm. And we were right. Bye, Josh.
Told you so.
Bye. I did make a note that I do see why Big Brother picked him, because he definitely was an interesting personality. He wasn't afraid to get his hands messy. And he played hard, but I think too hard.
Yeah, and I think like part of it too is for him, it was kind of like he just kind of went by himself a lot, and then he spent more time talking to the camera.
Oh, he did. I think his meltdown. So I really think that he went through something. Like I think the first week being in that house, I think he went through a whole pile of emotions. I don't know what they were, like whether it was just like it was surreal or it was happy or sad, like after coming through the pandemic. I think he was just dealing with a lot internally, and he shut down. And then that caused him to become the outcast. He put himself on the outside of everybody, not expecting any of those emotions. So I feel like if we were picking people to be on the show, we probably would have picked him too.
Yeah.
And then got on the show and we would have been like, well, fuck.
Right.
Get up off the bed, Josh. Go talk to somebody. But
stop talking to the cameras.
Anyway, he is gone.
Yeah.
I did make a note. So in the eviction episode, they had past guests give messages.
Yes.
So do you have any thoughts on
that? There were obviously there was hints everywhere. Like 100%.
I'm looking at you like I know something. I know nothing. Like I know what you know. But my friend Sheena, shout out Sheena, whoop whoop. She's gonna text me when she hears this and be like, I heard my name. So she texted me when she was watching it, and she has a theory. And as soon as she said it, it was like, so
let's hear
it. The have not room. So who's the newfie?
Tina.
No, Adam, yes. Adam Pike.
Yeah.
Right. So okay, he had a video that he sent in, and it was like, look for secret messages.
Yeah.
Or look secret powers.
Like you should be looking for secret powers everywhere now.
So the have not room is a full ball pit. You can't see the floor, and the walls are arrows pointing down.
I know. I had a note to say that too. I was just like, the arrows are pointing down. Nobody has said anything about this at all in the house. And I'm like, why are you not thinking about this?
Yeah, I was expecting it to happen later that episode, or Monday, or tonight. I'm like, okay, why haven't they figured this out yet?
100% says that there's a hatch in the floor. And there's a tunnel, because there was, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but there was like a secret tunnel, and maybe it was the American one. I can't remember, but I guarantee there's like a secret hatch, and it's in the floor. And then there's a tunnel to like a secret room that has the secret power of veto or something. 100%.
I'm excited to see it play out. So there's that room. But what I noticed yesterday, and I texted Sheena, and I told her that the games room,
Yep.
it's arrows. The hallway leading towards the games room is arrows, and the front door is a bullseye. So now that got me twisted. I was like, okay, maybe it's in there. Maybe there are two.
That could very well be, right? Because sometimes they like to throw those twists out there.
So now I'm just constantly like, the players are. I have to make notes for our like little our Charleston Chew. Yeah, I have to like watch it twice because I'm like looking for hints and clues, and I don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
It's interesting. I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, me too. See, and you thought you wouldn't like Canada.
No, I had a grudge because they didn't pick me to be on the show. Come on, Crystal, get with the times. I was way pettier than that. Like, come on. Let me see. Oh, Beth. I made a note here that says Jed and Beth. What? Get it, girl.
I was just like, did you see Ty's face?
I know. And now nothing. But I guess they're like bros before hoes. Like,
I guess. And I mean, they're still like besties, but his poor face, I was just like, I'm so sad for you right now.
I don't think she's gonna last long in the house. Like at this point, I feel like she almost would have to get into a showmance to kind of ride that coattail.
I think so.
You know, like I think her days are numbered. I don't think she's gonna make it far.
Yeah.
Who knows? We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, that was like, whoa, all right, you're having a time.
Right.
Bro. So in that episode, I just have to touch on it because I made a note because I thought it was so funny. Bro was like, he like walked by Tina and he's like, I just put deodorant on. And Tina looked at her, she was like, interesting.
Okay. Right.
That was like interesting. And I thought that was so funny. I was like, that's almost like a classic. You know what? It's not even a classic movie answer. It's a classic anyone answer. Like,
yeah, I think so.
Good for you.
Like, great. I don't know how I'm supposed to respond to that.
But it really, really cracked me up. It really did.
It was funny. I laughed too.
My God, Latoya. It's you know what's really funny? It's funny to go back because we recapped 3 episodes in our Chew.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard to go back with the feelings that I had from 2 episodes ago after seeing tonight's episode.
I know.
Like I'm trying to separate it and think about what I was thinking in that headspace because I've got, Latoya, you're too loyal, vote with your head. But I think that was when she was strategizing about voting out Ro. Because so in that episode, she was saying that, oh, I can't believe they're trying to flip the vote. I want Josh gone. I want Josh gone. I want Josh gone. But then I was like, it's smarter to get Ro out. So I'm yelling at my TV thinking that she's stupid. And then, flash forward, showing her trying to flip the house.
Right. In the next episode. And it was just like so all of a sudden then she's going around, she's just telling everybody, she's just like, we're gonna flip it, but like nobody was flipping it. You were just telling everybody that they needed to flip it.
Exactly. She's like, we're doing this, are you in or are you not? So she can be a little bit, I think she's a smart player to an extent, and she says she doesn't play with her emotions, but then tonight she does because because I was there while I was sat with the girls. But like I was watching it tonight and she was sat talking to Vic and she was like very calm. And I was about to write a note that I was like really impressed with how she could control her emotions because Vic was like getting emotional. And then she was also fantastic, but you could tell she was getting a little bit pissed off. And Latoya was like, can I talk? She was very calm. She was like, it is my turn to talk now. But then at the end she threw in that's how a conversation works.
I know.
And I was like, okay, you don't play with your emotions. Like, yeah, you do. That's clearly an emotional response. The fuck out of here.
Yeah.
So I don't know with Latoya. I feel like she's calm to a sense. She wants to be this strategic player.
Yeah.
But I don't know if she really understands. Like she just assumes that she has all the power and she's controlling the house. Like she was saying to Vic, I'm not coming for you. That means jack squat in Big Brother. Like
it does.
You're a strong player. I want to get you out because I don't think I can beat you. That's the goal.
Yeah. And I mean, like the funny thing is like, when Latoya and Tina were having a conversation out in the backyard, Like Tina basically just kind of said, like, I don't like to be told what I'm supposed to do.
And the funny thing about that was LaToya was mad about it. LaToya was like, they're all saying we're going to vote out Ro. Like, I want to make up my own mind. And that's when her and Tina bonded. And then flipped the script to a half hour before eviction. And all of a sudden, LaToya's, I mean, we don't know what happens in between the scenes.
No, clearly.
We haven't been watching live feeds, but to go around the house and then try to flip everybody last minute after just saying that you don't want to be treated that way. And then to feel blindsided when people start talking, throwing your name out there that they want you to go home. It's like, what, lady?
Yeah, I know.
Like, you're going around telling everybody this is Big Brother. You should hear your name, but then you're mad when your name is there. Like,
yeah, exactly. Well, you know, sometimes it only works for one person, I guess. I'm just like gonna peek at my notes again too.
You can peek away.
Right. I'm just gonna go away. So the funny thing is that I was looking at it and I was saying, like, I like how she's like, she was kind of like just firing shots right at the beginning, like at Ro.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but then, like, she was completely unapologetic. And quite frankly, like, I think at some point you kind of have
to bend and play the game.
Bend it. Yeah. Like, I like her no bullshit attitude. I really do.
Yeah. But I would like that in real life.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But when you're in the house and it's just kind of like, okay, well, you know, Kyle, for instance, after they had the huge blowout in the kitchen or in the pantry.
So unnecessary. Great TV, but so unnecessary.
It was so unnecessary. And you know what? At that moment when they had that whole situation happen in the pantry, I was like, see, I knew I hated Kyle.
You know what? Yeah, okay. We'll get to that. We're 2 episodes ahead. We're skipping.
We're still in 5. Right.
I'm with you on that. I'm with you on that now. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I did want to touch a little bit on Josh's strategy to stay. I thought that was smart. He almost stayed.
Yeah.
Like, he almost became the guy who
he had to.
We hate, who just sticks around. And you know, it was okay, he lied, whatever. But like, when he talked to, it was a good strategy because hey, it's his last ditch effort. Like, what else is he gonna do? You know?
Yeah.
And when he talked to who did he talk to? Like Tina and LaToya, and when he gave them his pitch, and he was like, listen, like, I'm a target. Keep me here. Get rid of a strong player. I'm not winning competitions. Everybody hates me. Keep me in the house so that I can be your shield.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's smart. And everybody kind of sat there and was like, that was a good pitch. So he came really close. I'm not surprised that they tried to flip it.
Yeah. And I think that's probably exactly what happened, is that everybody kind of, like, he pitched it to the right people. And then of course they tried to flip it. So that way.
But you know what the problem was too? If LaToya just had to stick with the Sunsetters.
Yeah.
Like, she was like, oh, well, Kiefer's going to vote this way and this one's going to vote this way because we don't want to be exposed. You're going to get exposed anyway. If you want somebody out, just get your group together and vote the way, like, you have the numbers.
Yeah, and they said that. It's like, we have the numbers, so it's just like, decide who it is. Like,
and then be all upset about, oh, well, I couldn't get the house to flip. You could have, very much so. Like, I think she's trying to be the puppet master, and she's just not great at it. Like, I don't think she sees everything that's going on.
No.
I do have a question though. Okay, so this is being filmed in Toronto.
Yes.
Okay, it's March. Why do they keep sitting outside with their shirts off? Where the fuck are they? I was watching it. I was like, is this a room with a big sun lamp in it? It is, right?
I don't know if it's a sun lamp. I don't know if it's maybe just like a sunroom. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it's
heated. It looks like it's outside.
Yeah, like, I think it's like glass ceiling, basically.
Okay. All right. Because they're there and they're like shirts off and everybody's all warm. And I'm like, this is March. Like, I'm froze.
Yeah. And I think that, well, I mean, a couple of days there last week, it was like friggin' 16 or 17 degrees. So, you know, like,
I guess so.
It did get warmer up there already. But anyhow.
Still, I'm just watching it and I'm like, you're lying. You're a bunch of liars.
Like, there have been other seasons where I've legitimately watched them outside and it's been snowing.
Oh,
like they're
wow.
out there with like their woods jackets on and toques and like full on
Maybe it
snow
just
coming
was
in.
like a really warm day.
Might have been, yeah.
They probably don't get the same wind that we get here too. Like it's always cold here.
Well, there's walls, so there's that.
Oh yeah, well, Melissa, come on. Damn it. Okay. What do you feel about the house meeting in the eviction episode?
I was just like, here we go.
So awkward. I
Yeah,
still
it
love
was.
Austin though. I do. I do.
Yeah.
She can
Yep.
stand her ground. She can win competitions. She thinks for herself. She's a strategic player. Like she's becoming a favorite. Yeah, I'm just reading some notes here now on Josh. I wrote down who every person was voting for as they were voting. So people on the podcast listening can't see this, but
No, but on the YouTube.
I literally wrote down each person as they were voting, and it was like Josh. And then I got to the end and I was like, well, I've come this far. Might as well keep writing it.
Commit full way.
Yeah. So, but did you find it awkward when he did get evicted? He just like, he didn't hug anybody?
I mean, yes and no. I think like probably he just, I mean, he didn't have any connections in the house. He was there for like, 2 weeks at that point, and he really didn't feel connected to anybody. So it's like, why would you even bother to hug these people who never made an effort to actually get to know you?
And purposely walked like away from him when he would try to talk game.
Yeah.
Like, there was a lot of awkward moments there. Yeah. And I just found that was like
sad for him.
Yeah, I found that just super uncomfortable, like when they evicted him and he was just like slowly walked to his bags. I think he probably wanted to like hug people, but I think like nobody just could figure out how to do it at that point,
Yeah.
And then that goodbye, I didn't understand it. Was that like a play on another season where he was like blew up the house? I don't remember what else he said. I don't know. It was awkward. Very uncomfortable.
Yeah. But what else? Oh shit, what was I gonna say that time?
I do think he could have had he could have been a really great player had he not broke down the first week.
Yeah.
And his goodbye messages. Like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I judge and I'm like, I would probably be breaking down immediately. I'd probably break down on the plane ride over,
Yeah. I don't know. Like, I don't know what I would have been like, say if I had been, I don't know, a single individual with no children. I'd probably be okay.
Oh yeah, if I didn't have a kid.
Yeah. But that's like, I'm sitting here going like, Tara's keeping that shit together.
Oh,
good for
man.
her.
I'm really starting to like her too.
Or
really starting to like her.
She's like, I'd be like, sweet vacation.
Yeah. Like checking into a hotel by yourself for a night, right?
Wait,
like,
don't call me.
Quiet time. Yeah. Enjoy that time by yourself. Take care of the house. Don't burn it down.
Bye, Felicia. Like,
yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah, really though. No, I am starting to like her though. But yeah, overall, the eviction episode was good.
Yeah.
And then Monday, I was like, okay, we're getting there. And then tonight, I'm just blown away. So like, so Monday's episode was episode 6, and that's where we found out that LaToya actually tried to flip the house. So my note was that LaToya tried to flip the house, which was very surprising.
Right.
But I also made note that would have been really good TV.
It would have.
I would have loved to see that. Like, did I want Josh to stay? No. But do I think that it would have been really cool if they flipped and got Ro out and like, I'm all about the surprise. I like to expect the unexpected with Big Brother. I don't want to know what's going to happen,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like, how many weeks can you really just play it safe? Like, that was the one thing that I was a little disappointed with Austin, is like, on one side of things is like, it was a bit of a safe nomination, and she definitely played it safe, which I think was kind of smart on her side of things, and she doesn't want to reveal quite how smart she is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I think so too. I think she's still playing a ditz card.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, she's really playing that up. Like, she's not as intelligent as she is when she is super intelligent.
Mm-hmm.
So, she's not giving it away, which is great. But on the other side of things, it's nice to see when they put out, actual big players. So
strategy, like better strategy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the countdown. So like when they're like, So I'm sure it happens on every Big Brother, but with the Canadian Big Brother, they're like 30 minutes to eviction time. And I was like, that is so cool. Like, I'm just not used to
I think
seeing
that's the first time I've ever heard it, actually. I've
it
never
was
noticed
really
it
cool.
either.
And then they
But I
did it
did
again in
mention
tonight's episode.
They did, yeah. And then I mentioned to Jason too about the what was it that you said to me last week? I wonder. Shit, I like my brain's gone today.
It's okay.
It had something to do with the head of household not playing in the POV. I was like, yeah,
they
right.
didn't
So it
play
happened.
again. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Stupid.
We're skipping ahead again. But anyway, Jason said that this happened before too. And I'm like, cool.
Okay. I made a note of that too, because I'm like, I don't think we'll get into it because I don't think that's fair. I really don't. I think
it's silly.
Like, it's your HOH. You should have
the chance
power,
to defend it.
You know, you should have some kind of power in if the nominations stay the same or not. It should not be up to everybody else. Like, and then why you just have to just pick somebody else. Like the way, anyway, I'm like, I'm getting ahead of myself. I need to bring it down.
I hear you.
Yeah, I also made a note. So Kiefer, I made this note and now I also take it back. So, well, for one, he's a horrible player. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Bad.
But
like, why did you do this?
Oh, but all of it, like even up to the end of the episode tonight. Again, got lots of notes. But I did make a note that he's a bit slimy, is what I wrote when he was in the ball pit. I was like, it was so unnecessary.
Why are you doing that? Like, you could have just said nothing, but instead he decided that he was going to throw Vic under the bus, and this whole between the flip and the vote and then this, it was just the whole catalyst for the next episode.
Oh yeah. Like, I think that being in that house for so long, you're just thinking. So there's all of these things going through your head. And I really feel like he was just overthinking and over strategizing. And he did things that just should have been left alone.
Yep.
And then he just fucked up his whole game.
Right.
I wrote girl power when Victoria won. I was like, she wins again. That she's a strong competitor.
She is. I don't like her.
I know you don't. I know. I do still like her though. I am. Yeah, I like her. I think I'd be friends with her. You'd be friends with her too.
Yeah. No, I don't think.
Yeah, we'd have her at the cabin. We'd be drinking together.
Fuck that.
I wrote a note. I still really like her. I do.
I wrote a note that I was just like, still don't like her.
How are we friends? Who? Like, what is this?
I don't know.
How do you feel about Bossy Glossy?
I kind of love it, actually.
Oh, do you? Because I was like, I love this. But
I was like, I love it. And I'm like, all of them have these beautiful lips. And I'm just like, I'm like, maybe we should do this from now on. Like,
no, it just points
I need
out,
lip injections, clearly.
I don't like it. It makes me feel like I look like my dad because it makes me feel like I'm pointing to like a mustache and like, yeah, I don't like it. Yeah, and then Kiefer trying to retract his lie. It was hard to watch. It was really uncomfortable.
I felt so embarrassed.
I made so many notes. I'm like, Kiefer's a bad liar. This is hard to watch. What the fuck is he doing? He's terrible at this game.
Right? It's like, if you're such a bad liar and you're terrible at it, you know what you should do? Not do that. Just
don't go on Big Brother.
Just don't do it.
Don't go on Big Brother. All the same, wouldn't he make the best like husband?
Right.
Like, kudos to Kiefer's wife, because he's not lying about anything and getting away with it. I'm just saying,
you would catch him every time.
I think I'm a pretty good lie detector with like really good liars, and he's just no bye.
No.
Yeah. So who was it? Was it Beth was in Vic's room when she won HOH?
Yes.
And she said, Kyle talks bad about you.
Right.
That's true. So now that I'm after seeing the last episode, I don't know if it's true or not. Like, I didn't know what to think.
And I don't think so. Not that I recall. I mean, it would
normally they would have a flashback
in the other episodes. Yeah.
And they would have had a flashback, but they didn't. But I'm also like, now Latoya's after saying it too.
Yeah, and maybe he did. In all honesty, let's be
he's
truthful
super
here.
douchey.
Super douche.
And he's a bully.
Shocking. I'm like, you know, Kyle, if you ever listen to this, I'm sorry, but you're a douche, and you should know about it because you are.
Or you have been portrayed as a douche on Big Brother Canada.
Right.
So maybe work on whatever they showed.
Right. Yeah. like very
not
aggressive.
Not to judge, but we're pretty judgmental.
Right.
Not to judge, except we're judging you.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I've just got more notes about Kiefer. Kiefer isn't a smart player. He's just not. He should go home. You don't play Big Brother with a conscience. Now, that's a note that I made because that's how I truly feel. But I see it happen again and again with different Big Brother seasons where people go in and they're like, oh, I promised I wouldn't play this way and I promised I wouldn't lie and backstab. And I'm like, so you promised you'd just go to the house and not win?
Right.
Or float on by to the end and like be everybody's friend. Like it just doesn't, to me, that's not how the game is played.
Well, like you can't go in there and promise yourself a whole bunch of things. It's like
you don't know
the
how
way
you're
that
gonna
I look at exactly, because the thing is that you're assuming that when you go in there that everything is going to be based on your environment. But there's other people put in that house for a specific reason,
and other people who are strategically picked based on qualities that you don't like in other people so that they can have drama for TV. Yes. So you're getting put into you're getting put into a house that is going to test your limits just based on being secluded with these people. But then you throw in people who get on your fucking nerves. Like, yes. Right. You can't understand how you're going to react to those stuff. You cannot promise that you're not going to blow up, that you're not going to cry, that you're not going to backstab someone. Like, I'm going to tell you, if I went into the Big Brother house, I would definitely cry because I'm a fucking crier. 100%. I just hope that I would cry over like missing my family or like just the nerves of like being on the block say. Like, I really don't feel like I'm going to cry because I'm going to hurt your feelings because I put you up, because that's the game, you know? Yeah. I really, really would expect to backstab at least 3 people. Like, sure. You know,
minimum.
Like, at least
I'm thinking at least 12.
You know, you gotta fucking get to the end. You ride whoever's coattails you need to ride to get there. If you have to do that, you win the competitions, you make shit up and you twist that, you play your chess. Yes, play your checkers.
You do. Right? Chess, not checkers.
Play your checkers. Yeah.
That was for you, Selena.
Yeah. So for everybody listening, Crystal and I, so we're kind of like the 3 best friends that anybody could have. So we have another friend, Selena. She will be on the show eventually once we twist her arm and get her here. But she listens to these podcasts every time we release one. She doesn't watch Big Brother at all. She listens to them anyway because she's just that good of a friend.
She's so supportive.
She's really supportive. It's so funny when but she listens to the Big Brother episodes and texts us about the episodes and being like, oh, I really like that you guys said this and I really like that you did that. And we're like, you don't watch the show.
I love her.
She texted us during our last Charleston Chew, and was like, chess, not checkers. Oh my God, Crystal, you're so funny. Melissa, you're so, whatever it was. I don't remember exactly, but I remember just laughing to myself. Like, I can't believe she's actually listening to this.
Oh my.
So funny. Tina survived another week though. Hey,
yes, right.
So far, last week.
And oh man, I'm loving the duo of Tina and Tara.
I made a note on them too.
So good.
They're so good when they're looking at the camera.
I know.
And they're like, well, we're
you.
Oh, we're not. See, Big Brother, are you listening?
It's us.
Put us on the show together. We'll pretend not to know each other.
Right. Twist.
We've been planted as spies. No, because I want to win. I don't want to be a spy unless I can still win.
Right. Fair enough.
How did you feel about Victoria telling LaToya that she was going to put up Brayden possibly for that trap? I thought that was so smart. So you don't like it?
No. I'll tell you what. When I sit down and I look at it from a game perspective, I'm like, she is playing a dirty but such a good game.
Oh yeah. You just don't like her.
I just don't really enjoy her personally, but from a game perspective, I'm just like, yeah, man, she's doing it. Like,
she's killing it.
I will give props to her because I'm just like, you are seriously playing this game the way that it should be played.
I don't think that I would have thought to lie and say, oh, I'm going to put up, someone I'm in an alliance with. I mean, it's a secret alliance, but I don't think I would have not that I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have thought to put out Brayden's name to see who brings his name back. I was like, that's fucking genius.
Yeah. It was very smart.
Genius. Like, I wrote that and I was like, girl, you better pay attention because that is a lesson
And I'm like, Kiefer, take some lessons from Victoria because she is great at lying.
Kiefer needs to go home. I don't know. He's not gonna take lessons. He's not gonna get any better. I made notes that I still like Austin, still like Brayden.
Yep.
I love that the HOH gets a video. That's not something that they do in US. And I just like
see in previous seasons when there was no COVID, what they would do is like when they went down for their Wendy's, it'd be a family member who was in the window giving them their food. In fact, like I don't think it was last year, but maybe it was the year before, and like one of the guys went down to get his food when he got HOH, and it was his mom behind the window, and he's like, "Hey, how are you? Thanks so much for my food." He never even recognized her. It was so funny. But anyway, it was so amazing. Great then, because then they would get all like teary-eyed and they'd actually get to see them in person, like, and touch their hand. It was so great.
I can't imagine.
Yeah.
God, geez, I could get teary-eyed just thinking about that.
Right. But I do love that they get the video at least now.
Yeah. Well, so not seeing other seasons, I'm gonna end up having to go back and just watch them all. But not seeing that, I didn't realize that was like, I just thought that they got a video because for the US one, they don't get anything. It's like, here's your letter, here's a few pictures, but like you're secluded. You get a video, like I think you have to win certain competitions to get a video from home, right? So I thought it was pretty cool that every time you're HOH, you get a video. Like I like that.
Yeah.
Question. So Melissa's random thought corner.
Yes.
Has anybody ever tripped walking down the stairs to a nomination ceremony?
Not that I've ever seen. Not to say that it doesn't happen.
Because it's such an awkward thing.
Dark.
Like, I think it's so awkward. The lights are down. You're walking down over this pile of stairs quietly while like the spotlight shines on you. And I'm like, I would fall on my face. I know I would.
I would definitely be wearing flats.
I'm a faller. I fall. You know? Like,
and the thing is that it's not like I would have even tripped up. I would have done like I do here at home, where I like just barely hit the edge of the step and then the whole works of me just goes. Right? Like every time. I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't know how to walk on stairs. I've lived here for 14 years.
And this would be a house that you just move into, and it's a massive staircase.
Who knows what could happen?
I definitely would fall. So anyway, that was just a random side thought that I had. Right. So and then I just kind of wondered, like, honestly, when she put up LaToya against Kiefer, I really legit did not know who would go home between the two. And I still don't know, because we don't know what the fuck happened this week. I
don't think at the beginning that I think that it probably would have been LaToya regardless.
Yeah.
That's my prediction regardless, like depending on what the POV situation is.
She's such a strong player, and they already have like the Sunsetters Alliance is already like gone. Kiefer,
like
he knows he's on the bottom. I mean, he can't vote anyway, but like Tina's out. Like it's really just LaToya and the two boys.
Listen,
you know, they're like a strong trio, and everybody knows that they're a strong trio. Mm-hmm. I like them, but I also don't like them. So I think Ty is playing a really good game.
Yep.
I think Jedson's playing a good one too. I just don't like them as much.
Yeah.
I guess, you know, I could take them or leave them, but I definitely think that they're playing decent games.
Yeah.
I think Ty's playing better than LaToya and Jedson. And I wouldn't mind seeing LaToya go home as much as like I wanted her to stick around. I think she's a bit too cocky, and she doesn't have the game to back it up.
See, like I love her strong personality.
Mm-hmm.
I think I love her no BS attitude. I really do. I think the problem is like I said earlier about the whole situation with Kyle. It was like she walked into having this conversation with Kyle, and he was just like, I just wanted to come in and talk and just be like, apologize. And she's just like, well, I got nothing to apologize for.
Yeah, I did.
Could you fake it?
Yeah, exactly. Like you're in Big Brother. Like this is when you lie. Like you don't have to. You like. Do people understand that when they go on the game, they're not changing their personality forever? Like things like the way that they act on the game, that doesn't need to be their life for when they get out. They're like, oh no, I just caught whininess. Now I'm a whiner. Like it doesn't work like that. Like play a character on a TV show for a while.
Exactly.
And you play other people like chess pieces on a board
Yes.
to get to the end to win money for your family.
Exactly.
Like you need, I think a lot of people when they go on the show lose sight of the reason that they're there. Because like how many people would sit down and write out a list of like reasons why they want to go on the show, why they want to win the money. And then they get on the show and then they're like, well, if I go home, I'm happy with the way I left. Like, no fucking way. You just left how many weeks for your family back home and you're not even going to try to take home $100,000. Like, the fuck back in there and start lying to people.
Like, I just sit there and I say, okay, like, yeah, okay, I understand that you feel like you have these super high morals and everything, whatnot. But here's the thing. The thing is you can't be an honest person walking into a household full of liars and expect to stay honest for that time period. I'm not saying that you become a dishonest person for the, you know what I mean? But you're not playing the same game.
Exactly. You're just
so then
food.
You're just another, you're literally just making yourself out to, it's like, put a target on me because clearly I suck.
100%.
You know?
100%.
Like,
I made a note.
The same game.
Exactly. And I did make a note that Kyle is kind of a bully. I hated that fucking kitchen scene. Like there was no need like to go in there and gang up on Kiefer making supper or lunch or whatever the fuck he was doing. Like how uncomfortable was that? I did loved LaToya coming in and standing up for Kiefer because they're like, I made a note that Kyle reminded me of a high school jock who would try to make somebody who's awkward feel uncomfortable in a crowd of people and get the like gauge the crowd. Like, oh, look at fucking douchebag McGee over there, whatever. I'm clearly making something up, but like look at douchebag McGee over there, like what a little bitch, whatever. So that the people around him would get a good kick out of it. And he's got that asshole smile. He's got the asshole grin.
Definitely does.
You know? So I didn't like that. On a game side, I also don't think it was a good move.
No.
You know, if it was like, okay, this is shitty personality trait, but like, hey, great gameplay, like the way Victoria is playing her game, it's like, whoa, hope you're not like that in real life, but like you were brilliant at this game.
Yes, right.
So when he did that, oh my god, I was so mad, and I absolutely loved LaToya standing up for him.
It wasn't a game move. He was legitimately just being mean.
I feel like that showed his real, true reality. Like, I think that's his personality.
That right there is what I saw from the get-go. Because I'm telling you, I said it right from the beginning. I didn't like him.
It felt a lot like this. I've never been in your shoes. Now, I mean, listen, Kyle, if you're listening, love you to prove us wrong. Come on the show, talk about your life. Right? I don't think you're going to win Big Brother, so I'm sure you're going to be on the show. But really, I just don't think that it just felt like somebody who probably hasn't had any struggles, who's probably never felt different, or maybe just hasn't felt different recently and forgot what it feels like.
Right.
Because
it was just mean and like. it wasn't good gameplay. And like, it was very much a personal attack. Like, you know, don't get me wrong. I understand that he was trying to stand up for Ro, like they're close and whatnot, but like he got kind of aggressive. Yeah, he got kind of aggressive the previous episode when Kiefer was like, yeah, I just want to talk to you guys. And then he got a little aggressive then too. And I was like, why is he being so
snappy? And exactly.
Yeah, right.
Like, I get that Kiefer was caught in a lie, and it was a stupid lie, and it was a stupid game move, and he had every right to be called out. Yeah. But exactly the second time, like, sorry, when they chased him into the kitchen,
there's no need.
The damage was already done and the confession had already been made. At that point, what are you even doing? Like, what is the point of even yelling about it? Like, go sit down.
Just stirring up shit.
And
that's
Kiefer's on the block. Like,
yeah,
you're not even in danger, guys. You're right. Just, like, the HOH is after telling you that you're both safe and you both believe her. You're kissing her ass all week. You're not a target. The house doesn't feel like it's turned on you. And then all of a sudden, like, you walk in on a conversation that you're not supposed to hear and you're going home. Of course, you're walking in on those conversations. That's the game that you're playing. That's the house that you're living in. Yeah. Anyway, so I didn't like
the paranoia down a notch.
Like, settle. Tina, though, after she's up in the room, she's like, I don't even want to eat this fucking apple. My God, I just love watching her.
I do. I love her.
I do, because she is so on the sidelines. Like her and Tara, they're not a big point of the show, but I think that's what's going to get them far, because they're just kind of skating right now. And I'm not a floater fan. Normally I don't like floaters, but I don't think she's a floater. She seems to be making good, solid relationships.
Yeah.
And I think that that's a good strategy.
Oh, absolutely. Right? How many people in, American, well, and even Canadian have won due to their relationship skills more so than anything?
Oh yeah. Like you need to have good relationship skills. Yeah. That's why I think she's going to go far. So she's doing great. Yeah. And then, I have another note that I told you the Sunsetters wouldn't last.
Oh my God. Yes, absolutely. Let me look at what do I got here.
They're the worst. They're also hangry. So I did make that note too, because Ro was like, I'm sorry, I was aggressive, I've been on slop. And I was like, okay, now it makes sense. Like somebody send them a Snickers. They need to eat something. Or a Charleston Chew.
Or a Charleston Chew. Like somebody. Right? They're gluten-free.
Yeah. I know. And then, okay, sorry, you go ahead. There's so much to unpack.
I know. No, I was just gonna say, the funny thing is, okay, so where are you on it? Are you to the power veto competition already here?
No, I was gonna say this. I'm still after the fight, just because I'm at the makeup scene now, because Kyle, so as douchey as he was, came in to talk to Kiefer, and Kiefer, again, with his tremendous gameplay, such a going down in history for being the best Big Brother player, that guy. He's like, I'm done with you.
Oh, when Ro went in to talk to him. Yes.
Was it Ro he was saying it to? I thought it was Kyle.
Yeah. Ro went up to him.
Ro, basically. It was Ro. Yeah, I'm getting mixed up. Kyle went to LaToya. Yeah. So, okay, yeah. So Kiefer's like, I'm done with you. I'm done with you. Kiefer, you're on the block. Right. This is a person who would vote for you. He's trying to make an alliance. You're up against a really strong player who
bail yourself out, dude. Come on.
I couldn't believe that he was telling somebody that he was done with them because of an argument. Shove it down. Who's that comedian who always says it? Selena always quotes him. Oh my God. He's kind of Jeffries? No, he's that. He's kind of absurd. He's kind of like a dick, but he's really funny. A lot of women hate him because of his jokes. Yeah, right. Oh my God. I'm gonna think about it and on another one. I can picture him in my head. What does he look like? Nope, can't. I can't describe it. But he's shove it down. Oh my God, it's not Bruce, is it? What's his name?
Oh, is it Bert?
No, I love him. Okay. Anyway, I love this comedian too, but I can't remember his name. But that's what he says. He says shove it down. You're a man. Shove that shit down. You don't cry. That's the joke. I'm really good at telling it. Can you tell that I'm a comedian?
It feels like it's so familiar to me, but at the same time, I'm just I don't know who you're talking about.
We'll post this episode and then we'll put a picture of him on the podcast.
Absolutely.
This guy.
We'll do that.
On the Instagram, I should say. So anyway, Kiefer, now is the time to put away your pride and your emotions and your good personality, your good personness, whatever. And just fucking beg for a vote. Yeah, Ro, thanks for your apology. I think we would be good. Let's bury the hatchet. Stab him in the back the next week. Just get yourself off the block.
Yeah, no doubt.
Anyway, and then LaToya, I did make a note. So especially based on the podcast that we have airing tomorrow about holding grudges and stuff, I did make a note. I was like, LaToya doesn't hold a grudge.
Friday.
Yeah, no, tomorrow, because this is airing Thursday. People are listening to this Thursday. Crystal.
Fucking hell.
Jesus. I'm going to start, while we're recording, I'm going to start putting the date that it airs on the back wall so that you can just see what date we're talking about. We live in that moment. We're like Ellen. We're like Ellen now. She always talks about, oh, happy St. Patty's Day, but it was recorded a fucking week earlier. That's now me and you. Okay.
Okay. I'm working on it.
Me too. Because in tomorrow's podcast, I say February. It is not February.
Right. We're gonna dub it over and be like March.
Yeah. How do you feel about the oddballs?
I do like it. It's it's all true. And with the exception,
I think they're a better team.
They are.
Yeah, than the Sunsetters.
Yeah. Well, it was an odd group. So
yeah, but the Sunsetters just felt like there was no click.
Yeah.
The oddballs feel like there's chemistry.
Yeah, definitely.
So I definitely think they're going to go further. Now, I mean, big groups don't tend to last in the house.
No.
So I don't know how far, but better. Hate that the HOH can't play. Love the advertising again. I also want to make note, the last time we talked, I said it was Josie and the Pussycat Dolls.
And Josie and the Pussycats.
It's Josie and the Pussycats. The Pussycat Dolls are a different thing.
A different band. Yeah.
I guess.
Well,
like, does that age me?
musical
Are
act.
they old now? You know what I mean? Like the Doja song that's like high school for me. Yeah, love you.
No,
you were downtown.
No, it ages me actually.
Yeah, there you go.
No, I had a baby.
Oh, Gen Z. Okay, so advertising, I love Braden's face when Jed was doing well in the comp. He was just sat down like fucking pissed.
Yeah. Well, no, my favorite was like friggin' Ty walks out and then his face just like no fitness. Like I so it was like, so funny.
I'm relying on all of this to get me through. Like
and I mean, to be fair, like, you know, they were dressed up and had sweatbands on. So I mean, it could easily have been misconstrued.
But now you think about that competition. I was watching it and I was like, okay, not fitness, but yeah, fitness. But yeah. The thing is, it was a mental and physical competition because you had to figure out what the words were, but then you had to climb the staircase and like drop everything down, come back, make sure that you had it right. And you had to do it in the fastest time. And you had to make sure that you were going in the proper order. Like that was a hard competition.
It was, yeah.
You know, so I would have been pretty sweaty. I would have been sweaty, or just like I would have given up because I don't think I would have got it.
But like I was actually surprised because like
shocked
I thought Austin was gonna have it because she is so smart.
Yeah, I did too.
But then Jed's like, yeah, I play crossword app on my phone all the time. And I was just like,
my favorite part of the competition. Yeah,
I hope it's the same part as me.
When Kiefer wrote Thursday, eviction night. I know when somebody goes home is a Thursday.
And I was like, he's not right.
That's you. That's you in the competition.
That's what I would do. I'd be like, Thursday?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, I'm not blonde for no reason. Like,
oh my God, it was so good.
But that being said, the sweatband and mullet combination made my life.
Loved it. Like because you know what? This little mullet ponytail I'm not on board with.
No.
It's like leave a full mull or get rid of it.
Give us the full party.
I really enjoyed that sweatband mullet. That was pretty cool.
It was like full on like 90s, 80s.
Yeah.
You know, it was great. It was great. I was just like
workout in the front, hot tub in the back.
I love it.
Again, some notes about Kiefer being shitty. I just said he's so excited that Jed won. Jed is not taking you down, Kiefer. Why were you excited about that? Like,
it made me so sad for him. And then afterwards, and like they all go into the room and like the three of them are talking, like LaToya and Jed and Ty, and Kiefer's there in the room, and it was basically like, oh, we forgot you were even on the block. Like, we're just talking about because she's on the block. You're not a problem.
And then he leaves and says, I'm gonna leave so it doesn't look suspicious. You're terrible at this game.
It's because
you're not hiding
you didn't want it to be awkward.
Oh no.
It's a sin.
No. Like, no.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew Braden would get Canada's pick for Skip the Dishes.
Yeah, I figured.
Loved it. I really love him. I made a note about that I love him.
To be fair, I was pissed that nobody said what he ate because I was just like,
I know I was talking about sushi and stuff.
He was talking about all of it while he was scrolling through, and all I could think was when he was like scooping up the food into his mouth, I was like, well, what did you fucking pick? Like,
show us your food.
I need to know this.
Like, I need to know what I'm gonna order. Any suggestions?
Is it available here?
That's what the fucking advertising is for. Right? You want me to order from Skip the Dishes? Show me what you're eating.
So mad.
Just a little note, Big Brother Canada producers, right? Or whoever makes the decision.
Tell us.
I did like the confrontation. I did and I didn't, of Brayden, Jedson, and Ty all going in to talk to Victoria. So
Okay.
I thought that was, I guess, necessary. I liked Victoria telling them straight up, like, hey, it's Latoya or it's Ty.
Or it's Ty. Yeah.
And then fucking Jedson's like, are you creating enemies out of us now? I thought that was like, whoa, that's a threat.
Yeah.
He's like bumping back, you know what I mean?
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Yeah, I
Which
thought
I
that was
liked.
really, I did too, because it's strong on both ends.
Yeah.
And I really like to see, like, would consider all of them dominant players.
Oh,
And I
definitely.
liked to watch the heads butt a little bit because Victoria is strong. She's not going to be swayed,
No,
right? Like,
she's not.
she's like, this is what I'm going to do. Fuck you. Like,
Right.
yeah, I
But yeah,
thought that was
she's
good.
playing such a shady game at the same time. She's
Mm-hmm.
telling half truths. I mean, you know what I mean? She's
I love
telling
it.
them what they want to hear for one side of it, basically,
Yeah.
in order to get them to do exactly. And it's really good gameplay, I gotta say. Like, I will give her kudos because as much as I dislike her personality,
Mm-hmm.
strangely enough,
She's a good,
like
I know.
she
I
is.
think you would like her.
I mean, I might at the end. We'll see how it goes.
Well, I mean, when they're in the room, they're like, are you trying to like make enemies out of us and all this stuff?
Yeah.
And then, like, I'm happy that she brought it up after, because my first thought was she has been trying to make an alliance with the three of
Mm-hmm.
them
Yep.
since like day one,
Yep.
and they just stuck with their little clique and they didn't want to let her in. I
Yeah.
think that they viewed her as a weak player and somebody who
Mm-hmm.
would drag down their game, because I
Yeah.
think that they were being superficial about it.
100%, because look at
Mhm,
all three of them and their body types in comparison to her. But you can't
mhm.
sit down and say
She's a
that just
beast.
because, like, she
She's
won
so
the first
good.
fucking competition. Like, why
Mhm.
would you rule her out?
Yeah, and she's
Like,
smart now. She won this one. Like, I think she's somebody to look out for.
yes, right?
Yeah.
Like I said, I mean, the fact that she beat everybody in that very first competition where it was legitimately about your strength
Yep.
and your endurance, like,
Toss her
why would
aside.
you,
And
yeah,
you know
why
what
would you toss
else?
her aside?
So this goes back to the big why.
Hmm.
Like, so that, I mean, the big why, I should explain. It's something that like you might read in a lot of books and everything, but basically it's like, if you're going to do something, you need to find out why you're doing it. You need to
Hmm.
know your motivation behind it, not just I'm doing it because I want to. What is your reason? So I think that she is such a strong player because she has such an enormous why. Like,
Yeah.
her why she's playing is to help out group homes and change the system that she grew up in. And she knows it's a
Hmm.
broken system. So like, just knowing her why, because when you have that drive, you are
Yep.
so much more likely to get the things that you want because you want it more than everybody else,
Yeah, that's right.
and you put that, I mean, you've been talking a lot about vibrations, but you put that
Mhm.
vibration out to the universe and you're going to get good things in return. So like, she's definitely a player to look out for.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah, she's going to
I
go for it.
fully believe that she could win it,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah, I think she's got a good personality to make friends,
Mm, yeah,
right?
like she
So
definitely has a good personal game too. Like social games, she's doing pretty good too.
yeah, except for now Latoya hates her, but I don't think Ty dislikes her. I think
Oh, I
Ty
don't
likes
think
her.
so.
I
Yeah.
think that they could still become, if we could get Latoya out,
Hmm.
it almost have to be Latoya and Jedson, because I
Yeah.
think Jetson's going to hold a grudge. He feels like
Yeah.
his back is up against the wall now and he's pissed off about it
Yep.
because he knows that, if he doesn't use the veto, Latoya is going to be gone home.
Hmm.
And if he does use the veto, there's a really strong chance that he's putting Ty up on the block and then he'll go home. So
Yeah.
he feels like he's caught between a rock and a hard place. So I
Yeah.
don't think he's going to ever work with her. But if two of them went home, I can see Ty and Vic being a really good team.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
And
I
I
think
hope they do.
he could easily just kind of like slide into any, you know what I mean? Like
He's playing
alliance,
a
really.
game that, like, he's been labeled as a really strong, excuse me, he's been labeled as a really strong player because of his size and like his
Hmm.
fitness capabilities. But yeah, I think he's a smart player as well because he's getting along with everybody. He's playing a good
Yeah.
social game,
Yep.
right? So, Kiefer, just got another note about what a bad player he is. Kiefer is such a bad player. Does he forget that he's on the block? Because he was in the room and they were all talking about using the veto on Latoya.
Yeah.
And Kiefer's like, I think you got to do it.
Yes, I know. I'm just like, but he feels like he's not worried, and he knows that she is the
No.
target.
Yeah. But he told Jed, follow me here. He told
Yeah.
Jed to use the veto on LaToya because LaToya is the target.
Yep.
But
Meanwhile, Ty is going up.
if LaToya comes down and somebody else goes up, there's still a good chance that Kiefer could go home. But even if he was the target, like if he wasn't the target or whatever, like you're not going to ask somebody to use that on you. Oh,
Yeah. I don't think he would. He thinks that he's fully safe.
I don't think he does. I think he doesn't understand how the game is played. I don't think he thinks anything. I think he's a little bit ditzy. I'm starting to think that he's just having a good time.
Well, you know.
I don't know. I'm just like Kiefer. I
don't know.
just can't. I like him,
I know.
but I'm like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
He's ass
I don't know.
backwards.
I mean, I feel like, yeah, he's not really, I don't know. I don't think he knows how to play the game. I think that his
He thought he was
intention,
gonna go into a house with a bunch of people and that he would just have fun and win some money.
I guess. I don't know really. I
Like,
mean,
has he ever seen it before? Like, I know I
I don't know.
haven't seen the Canadian version. I've watched the US, but like, was he like, oh, audition, we're casting for this TV show, and he's like, oh, a TV show, yay, I'm in.
Right. I'm sure he must have watched it. I mean, most of them watch it. Everybody goes in with, I guess, high aspirations of how they're going to be, and then next thing you know, it's like, oh, reality sets in.
I do want to backtrack a little bit because I know we're nearing the end, but
Okay.
one thing we didn't touch on was Vic's nomination speech. And I know that you hated it when she did like
I can't. Nope. Nope. I can't do it. I don't even want to see it. I don't want to see you do it.
I forgot to mention it. I was like, Crystal feels so awkward right now.
Not awkward. Like, this is what happened. I'm going to close it up. And it was just like this. I went.
For anybody not watching us on YouTube, Crystal just rolled her eyes to like a degree so that I thought she hurt herself. Yeah.
Right.
Are your eyes
that's
okay?
How much? Oh yeah, my eyes are best.
How's your brain?
But anyhow, seriously, like I saw the back of my head. It was that's how bad.
She did it, and I was like, I was embarrassed. So I was watching it, and I was like, oh, that's a little bit awkward. But I like her. I was like, it's awkward, but I fucking love her confidence. Maybe that's what it is. She's drawing me in with her confidence. Like she knows who she is.
Oh, and I love that. I do. I love that about it. There's just, I don't know, there's just something about her that I cannot put my finger on.
You don't like her annoying personality.
I don't know. I can be annoying sometimes. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, and I don't even know that it's I don't think it's the bubbliness. It's just every now and then she'll say something that rubs me the wrong way. Like, for instance, after she had the conversation with Jed and Ty and like LaToya and all of them, and they all went out, and then she looks at the camera, she's like, oh my God, can you imagine I'm going after these two big guys in the house? And I'm like, fuck off.
I think
it angered me to no extent.
Mutual friend Selena would also hate her if it helps you feel any better.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Guaranteed. Well, you know what? I think Selena would hate everybody. There's not one person in this house that she would like.
Right.
Oh man. And yeah, so at the end I said that, as much as they're saying, oh, you're never going to be aligned with us, like whatever line is drawn, she doesn't need them. She's got a bigger alliance, and it's all targeted against the three. Like three of them are the biggest target in the house.
Yeah. And I actually like how they said to her about the fact that she now has this big alliance, and they actually named it off, and she kept a friggin' dead straight face. Like,
even when she told LaToya that she's not the target, LaToya was like, I heard that I was the target. She's like, who told you that? She was such a good actress. I made a note of it. It's like, she's a really good actor. Like, yeah, she kept her cool. I like her a lot. I do. I think she's gonna be a good player. I still don't have a favorite yet.
Yeah, I don't think I have a favorite.
So
I mean, does Kiefer's mullet count as a person?
As a person? No, because it's gone.
No.
Actually, it'll probably stay. He'll probably get final two. I don't know at this point. He's just like, maybe he's the guy that I'm just like, what are you doing? You're a terrible player. And then he makes it to the end. And I'm like, okay,
Right.
cool. Like, how'd that happen?
But that happens sometimes.
I'll be Tina. Interesting.
No, like that happens quite often though, all the same. Like, you know what I mean? So you
Because
really
if you're
don't
not,
know.
when you're not posed as a threat and people think you're
People
playing a
carry you.
terrible game, they're just going to carry you along because, oh, we can cut this person at any time. Let's get rid of the big players. And then you
Exactly.
end up with a group of floaters, right?
Mm-hmm.
To be continued. So they did not tell us what's going to happen.
I know.
And I
I'm so
don't know.
excited.
Like I was on the fence. I don't know if he's going to use it or not. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm going to be honest with you. My prediction for the power of veto is this. He's going to use it.
You think?
I think he's going to use it. He's going to take down LaToya.
I don't think she's going to put up Ty.
She might put him up. But I honestly think that LaToya and Jedson and Ty will try to work the house to get Kiefer out. I think they're going to turn on him.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
I really do.
He's
and the
so
reason
non-essential in their little
exactly.
alliance.
Right? Like they almost talk about him and they almost talk about their situation in front of him like he's not even there. And so like he knows how far he is.
They know that they're safe to talk about it because he's oblivious. He's just like, like he's just twiddling his thumbs.
Which really makes me kind of sad because I'm like, he might not he's just not doing good. And I'm just like, come on, up your games. Jesus.
Like, do what I say. Start acting the way I want you to.
Can't you hear me?
Yeah. So if they do use it, I really don't know. I'm gonna predict that they don't.
Yeah.
I'm gonna predict that they don't and that LaToya goes home.
Yeah.
And if they do use it, I don't think she's gonna put up Ty. I'm gonna predict that she puts up Beth.
I think she'll put up Ty, and I don't think that because I think that she would look at Beth as like a meh. She doesn't give two shits about Kiefer. She just you know what I mean? She wants to get one of them out, so she doesn't give a shit who it is.
Right.
She would prefer it was LaToya, but if they take him out,
I think that she still has. I mean, maybe it's the wanting them to give a showman in me because it's never gonna happen. But like. I do think that they have a good bond. Like, I think that maybe we're not seeing it all, but like Ty seems to, I don't know, like when Jedson was talking to her and like kind of coming at her and everything, Ty just kind of seemed like he was uncomfortable, but not uncomfortable in the situation, uncomfortable because it was Vic.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like they might have a bond. Maybe I'm making it up because I want to see them have a bond.
Yeah, I don't think that they do. I just think that he's like awkward all of the time. Like,
he could be.
He just is. Like, he just always looks like he's like, I don't know what to do with this situation. Like when they kissed in the thing, when Jedson kissed Beth, like he was just like, I don't know what to do in this situation. And then when what was it? Oh, when Vic was talking to him in the he is like when Vic was talking to him a few episodes back in the room about all of her upbringing, he was just like, I need to get out of this situation. Yeah. He always has that look on his face.
That's true. That's just him.
Yeah, I think it is, right?
Okay,
he just doesn't know what's happening.
I still don't think she's going to put him up. So my prediction, I just wrote it down, is that I'm just going to say LaToya is going to go because I don't think they're going to use the veto.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go with they're going to use it.
And you think Ty's gone or Kiefer's gone? If Ty's going off and Kiefer's gone.
We'll see. I don't know for sure. In all honesty.
I also think if they use it on LaToya, I do think Kiefer's going to go. Yeah. And I mean, I'm expecting LaToya to go home, but I do still think it's 50-50.
Yeah.
Because you see the way the house can flip.
Yep. Well, and then the other side of it is if they do use it, they're going to have a harder time convincing people because Ty hasn't done anything to anybody.
Exactly.
Right?
And Kiefer has been a bit shady.
Exactly. So it might be easier to get rid of him now at this point.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Anyway, folks, that is our Charleston Chew for the day. So hopefully you got a lot of good information or were at least entertained by our opinions on the show. And our next episode is going to air again next Thursday. So what we do is we watch Thursdays, Mondays, and Wednesdays. And then we film directly after on Wednesday, which is why we are beautiful with no makeup and ready for fucking bed because it is 11 o'clock. I'm way past my bedtime. And we're boring moms.
Right.
We're not boring moms, but we're moms and we have to get up early. So
we are, yeah, as it turns out. And now school's going back to them tomorrow. So
ooh, lucky.
Is it?
For you? Yeah. I would love to come on daycare level 3.
It's gonna be a shit show. We'll see how it goes.
Oh, okay. Well, best of luck with
All
that.
right.
And
Yes.
everybody else, we will see you again next Thursday. Don't forget there is before that. This is the Charleston Chew is next Thursday. But we do have a brand new episode airing tomorrow of Two Girls, One Pod, where we are going to discuss holding a grudge, the law of attraction,
Positive thinking,
positive thinking,
all that good
microphones
stuff.
that aren't hooked up to anything, Calgon body spray, the works.
A little
It's
bit
all
of everything.
in there.
Right.
A little sprinkle.
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.